Bad accent means you don't speak in English. You use in your sentences only same as English words. Okay, how to practice this one in English and what you can do with your foreign language accent. You can practice as me why I have this foreign language too, why I am beginner in English, maybe as you. So, how to practice your foreign language accent? The best ways, logopedist or logopedist. Okay, but you have another method or another way to. I'd like to show you how. Back to my method, it's called Speak English method. At first, English word. Next step, spelling. Third step, sound cloud. I told you again and again with mistakes. Not sound cloud, sound code. And this is the reason when you say something without any waves or you didn't open correctly your mouth because you'd like to speak very fastly or with closed mouth. Yes, for example, letters T and H you can't tell at this moment, but no worry. I can't say these letters too, but you can practice as me. So, back to the words. From my list, I'd like to choose one word, and I will show you how to practice it. This word will be maybe one word. This is a good word. English word in this example will be word baby. Okay? First step is spelling. B A B Y. Open your mouth and practice this muscle. Again. B A B Y. Next step. After you practiced this spelling few times. Next step. Sound code. Did you hear waves in this title? Sound code. Not sound code. Sound code. Okay? Go to back or word, which was word baby. How to say this word? With waves. Baby. And you repeat this word and more words with me with lessons what I will give for you. Okay, next step, use this word baby. Use what you learned, not baby. Baby. Up and down. That's mean waves at this moment. Okay. If you use one word in example, that's mean in sentence, this is trigger and target. Trigger is, in this example, one question, and target is this grammar that you'd like to practice. In my example, this will be affirmative sentence in present simple. And you can practice it with trigger and target. But how? Was this title? This is bad too. Title. Was my title good or bad? Not bad. Bad. Yes, this was bad. Can I say it for you correctly? Yes, if I practice this title. So, affirmative sentence in present simple. Trigger will be one question. For this word, baby is this one. This is wrong way. What does the baby do? Why is this sentence bad? Because I told you this sentence in one line only. If you speak in mother language, for example, and I don't know which is your mother language, and this is at this moment not important. And if you tell something in English, waves in your mother language and in English exist too. That's mean if you use these waves, your English language will be better and understandable. Here is one word which was written. Vocabulary. How to tell this word with wrong method. That means you read and say something. Vocabulary. This is very hard to tell me this word wrongly. Better is vocabulary. Better, but without verbs. Better is vocabulary. Vocabulary. And back to the high. That's been up and down. So, back to our example. And before I tell you something, repeat with me. That's mean at first English words in my list. Next, spelling. Third step, sound code. And after this one, you can practice grammar. That's mean this word more sentences with trigger and target. Trigger with sound code and target with sound code. Try it with me. Our word for this example is baby. Have you practiced this word? Baby? Baby. No. Baby. Up, down, hold down, and go back fastly. Baby. Yes, you can practice all words and open your mouth. Open and speak loudly. This is not a problem if you speak slowly but with opened mouth, not opened or open without D at the end of this word, with opened mouth. So, back to our word baby, baby. Spelling was B-A-B-Y. Sound code was baby. And affirmative sentence in present simple trigger and not read. If I read this sentence, which is at now one question, with bad method, is this one. What does the baby do? Absolutely wrong method to practice one word in one sentence, which is at moment as trigger. Why? This is not understandable. Not understandable. And I go up, standable, and go back and practice every word. This is hard work, yes. And not only hard, but if you do this one, your English will be nice. So, back to our sentence. That's mean trigger. Your basic word was baby. Or trigger will be with wrong method. What does the baby do? With better method, you practice with your this one and not your this one. That's mean. What does the one word? What does the, and not very loudly, what does the, now up, baby do? And again, repeat it more times. What does the baby do? So, your letters, what you can generate with your muscle, which you have at this moment, you will use your mother language letter. Is this good? If you'd like to eat rice, but you have at home only bread, you can't eat rice because you haven't rice in your home at now. That's mean if you have only your mother language and your accent is not the best, what does the? You can use what you have. That's mean you practice this one. Again, repeat again and again. What does the? Simple line. What does the? Go up very fastly. Baby do. Is this right? Not at all, because this is one question. Did you hear? Is this question? No. That's mean you practice at first how to say with waves, and second step will be how to do from question, which is question, to here, this is one question. That's mean practice it again and again few times and open your mouth. Speak with opened, not open. I said you more times. Opened. This letter D is on this right place, such as last letters. Opened mouth. Again, what does the baby do? Again, What does the baby do? And did you hear, is this question? Yes, this is question, but you didn't hear this is question because this is on first level only, this practice. What does the baby do? What does the, not so good, because does is not accented letter, or how can I say? Again, slower. What does the baby do? What does the baby do? What does the baby do? Practice again. How much time? Million times. Again and again. Okay, this is, again, affirmative sentence in present simple. Trigger with some code. Not sound code, sound code. Open your mouth. Okay, and now target. If you speak in your mother language, you can use anything at the end of your sentence. For example, this is one headphone. If I'd like to ask something, I use same wave. No. Is this your headphone? Did you hear? This was one question or not? Yes, because at the end of my sentence was something which showed you this is one question. And please open your mouth. Maybe your T and H will be wrong. No worry, practice. Okay, go ahead. Affirmative sentence in present simple target. Okay. If I read this sentence with old wrong method, that means I practice from or with my eyes from this text, I can read as answer. The baby sleeps all day. The baby sleeps all day. Is this understandable? How I told? Is this understandable? No. Is this understandable? Maybe. If you end your sentence, please use pause. So, one example. Few weeks ago, I spoke with one man who was from India. For me, it was very hard to understand because this man language, this man's language was for me very hard to understand. And this is the reason why his English was more harder to understand for me. But at the end of our communication, I understand him. The best way if you use more pauses, if you end your sentences. And now, go to practice. That's mean affirmative sentence in present simple. Target. I will read it. This is wrong method. Why I show you wrong method? Because I'd like to show you how you don't make it again from read from text. So, wrong method is the baby sleep all day. Is this good? Maybe. Better method if you use waves. Speak slower with opened mouth. Phonetics and everything what can learn and you can practice which learn for you, logopedist. Maybe I told it correctly. Very important, not important. Play with words. Play, because this is such as playground. Important. Where is this R? Did you hear from me this R? Important. So, back to our example. Wrong method and right method. Wrong method. When I read it, the baby sleeps all day. Is this understandable? Understandable. Maybe. Better ways. Speak in blocks. The baby sleeps, accent, all up day. Again, because you must practice it. The baby sleeps all day. Back. The baby sleeps all day. Again. The baby sleeps all day. If you practice, first step, this one, you can practice another grammars with same method. That's mean question answer with sound codes. Open your mouth. Open your mouth. That's mean another grammars. Not grammars. Grammars. For example, yes or no question in present simple. Affirmative answer in present simple. Affirmative answer in past simple. Affirmative answer in future simple. Not future or future or future. Future. English as language is as your mother language. If you speak in your mother language, you use waves when you speak. If you speak in English and this is so hard for you to use these waves, speak slowly, such as me now, because I'd like to understand what I told you. Why I know I am beginner and my accent is terrible, such as my grammar and my vocabs too. I speak slower. So, if you practice these elements and you practice grammars, which is hard for someone in English, you practice everything. Modal verbs, irregular verbs in the third person in more times. Everything is here for every word. This is Speak English method, which allows me to speak with you. When I began few years ago with English teachers who showed me few tips and tricks and few grammars which gave me nothing in my life because I can't speak. because never told me, open your mouth when you speak and practice, such as with logopedist. Practice it. And I began to develop one method which allows me what I'd like to say. That means I'm reference man for my method. And what I told you in this video, this is how to practice this language, English, which allows you will be better and better in this language. Until any teachers never speak for you about this problem that's mean you are not understandable, will be missed before you, because you will think your mother language don't allow you to use your muscle around your mouth to generate T or H or together these letters in your word and in your sentences. But this is not true. If you practice with same method or with this method, this will be better. Is this so hard? No, this is not so hard. This is very good for practice if you play with this one. So, I believe what I told you in this video was very simple to understand with my English. And if yes, I showed you how to speak slowly with opened mouth. No? Because I think if you can practice it, only two things: speak slower, use at the end of your sentence what is at the end of your sentence. If you'd like to ask something, is this mic yours or mine? Did you hear? This was one question. Yes, this was one question. If you speak this in English without any waves, that's mean with wrong method, this sentence will be not question, maybe question for someone, but not for me. For example, with bad method. Is this your mics? This is terrible. With a lot of fears, with real-time translate. This is not English. Try to speak in blocks. Is this your mic? One word, that's mean one block. Is this your? Is this your? Pause. Mic. Mic. Go up. Back. Is this your mic? Is this your mic? I'm not logopedist. I am beginner. But I developed this method which allows me to generate for you few videos and allows me to learn how to speak with my terrible grammar and with my bad accent. Why I repeat these words, terrible grammar and terrible accent? I'd like to give you power. If my English is not so good, but I can speak at this moment 13 minutes, you can do it too. But please open your mouth and use what is at the end of your sentence. What would you like to say? This is one laptop. Question: is this one laptop? Answer: yes, this is one word. This is one laptop. With the bad method: yes, this is one laptop. Right method: yes, this is one laptop. Try to change in your mind words to blocks. And what was written at the end of word, use it. That means open your mouth. With your opened mouth, with your open mouth. Did you hear this letter D at the opened? No, because I didn't say this letter D. That means practice it again. Did you hear my opened mouth? Speak slower, but cleanly.